Alright, we're live. Welcome to the Dave's HadeNuFF Show, episode 23, and we got some guests that we haven't had in a while. No, actually, we've everybody that's been joining lately, so let's start off with, how's it going, Wolflo?
What's up, fellas? What's up, YouTube?
How's it going, Sean?
What's going on YouTube? Sean L, Critical Essence Tech USA. Check out the Critical Hit 64 network.
How's it going, League of Winning? I think he said he would be back in 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, he said he was going to go do something. He'd be back.
Okay. He'll get back to us. And how's it going, Old Dirty?
Hey, what's up, fellas? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dirty throwing that magic at you.
Alright, pretty much we're going to start off with, which one I want to get in first? I guess they're making like a Last of Us Game of the Year edition for the PS3. When we just got a remastered version on the PS4, the version can include the base game and all the major add-on packs. Do you think this is really worth them doing, Sean L?
It seems a little excessive. Like, this is the third time now they've released this game in, what, 2 years?
Yeah.
That seems kind of ridiculous.
It's kind of crazy. What do you think about Wolflo?
Sorry, what game were you talking about?
They're making a Last of Us Game of the Year edition for the PS3. It's going to have the base game and all the major add-ons. Do you think it's worth it?
I don't know how that one slipped through my radar, but no, I think that's kind of cheese. What the hell?
Like, I don't think it's, like, pretty much why are they doing this? They just did remastered. Now they're going to do a Game of the Year edition for a console that should be over.
Are they going to make like a Vita version as well?
Well, why wouldn't they if they're making all these other versions?
Yeah, they're really milking that game.
Yeah, they're milking it to death, which it is a great game. I love the remastered version. I bought it, because what I did when I had Last of Us for PS3, I didn't want to get rid of it, but my friend was begging me to get the PS3 because I had a PS4. He said I'd never play the PS3, so he wanted it. And I just I was hoping they'd make a remastered version, like I assumed they did, and they did. But I could not buy a Game of the Year edition on the PS3. I don't see the point of it, But what do you think about it, Old Dirty?
It's kind of crazy that they actually going back to do another Last of Us. I mean, I would take the money and just make part 2, but maybe they need the money to make part 2, so that's why they redoing it again.
Well, that's how the remastered one's selling. I don't think nobody's hurting for money. But who knows? They might be. Hero, how's it going, man?
Hey, what's up?
What's your YouTube channel, or do you have one, or?
Yeah, it's Strike Zero.
Okay, glad to have you, man. What do you think about this whole remastered, not remastered, The Last of Us Game of the Year edition heading to the PS3, and it's just going to have the base game and just the major add-ons, and they just made a remastered version for the PS4?
I mean, to me, I don't think it's worth it. But, yeah, if you get the remaster, I say go with the PS4 version.
Yeah, I agree. And I think I asked everybody. Yeah, my biggest thing is they just released it on the PS4 remastered version. Now, this is what I want to ask with this question. If anybody out there of my subscribers has the remastered Last of Us, I want to know, do you have to earn the new weapons and the new perks like awareness and the rest of them, and like all the new guns like the Enforcer and the double barrel shotgun? Because I bought the Enforcer finally because I've been playing the game for a while and I didn't get it. I can only pick it through like the pre-loadout. But do I have to unlock it, or do you just have to buy it? I mean, do I have the ability to pretty much unlock it by leveling up, or do I have to physically buy it? Because what I'm thinking, I have to buy it. I don't think they're going to let me unlock the new perks like awareness and whatever other ones they have and the new guns. Just anybody could tell me that in the comments section. I would really appreciate it for The Last of Us Remastered. I looked everywhere on forums and everything, and I can't figure it out. I had Justin Wheeler, shout out to Justin Wheeler, look into it. He found like the same, site or whatever. It was like a, a little blog area, and it looked like it was like outdated. They said pretty much that if you had the DLC from the PS3 one, it would carry over to the PS4, and you wouldn't have to buy it. But I just want to know if you could unlock it, because most games like Plants vs Zombies, I'm not going to go in there and buy spend $10 for 200,000 points. I'm just going to earn 200,000 points and get the characters. But that's just something I want to ask the viewers, the subscribers. Thank you guys. The next thing is they're making a re-release Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on the 360. It's going to have 720p resolution and achievement support. I think this is pretty stupid, because why wouldn't they just re-release that game on PS4 and Xbox One? Why are they releasing it to last-gen consoles? Why are they keeping these last-gen consoles going? What do you think about this, Wolf?
Sorry, that's a kind of a last-gen game, though, so I don't see the reason to put it on PS4.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas?
That's the PS2 era, right?
Yeah.
San Andreas is not going to be the level of PS4 Xbox One. It's probably going to be 30 frames.
You don't think that game would do good on PS4 remastered, San Andreas?
Actually, you never know. I mean, maybe they could make it run a little bit better or something, so why not put it on both?
Well, I'm just saying, they're remastering the Master Chief Collection. Why can't they remaster San Andreas?
Maybe they'll make another remaster.
I just don't know why they're remastering games for a last generation. It don't make any sense.
Probably
for the Last of Us, and it don't make sense for San Andreas. Like, I think a lot of people would buy San Andreas if it came out for the PS4 and Xbox One remaster.
Yeah.
What do you think about this, Sean L?
Well, I bet you a lot of people still buy games for the previous gen systems, and that's why it's going down like this. And I wouldn't put it past them to have a fucking next gen release of it next year sometime to try and get both markets.
Do you think it would sell well in the PS4 and Xbox One San Andreas remastered?
Oh, hell yeah, why not? I'd buy it. That game was fun. I remember playing it as a kid.
Some people claim that's the best Grand Theft Auto game of all time.
They could be testing the market.
Yeah. What do you think about this, 30?
What's that? San Andreas being remastered for what, the Xbox or something like that?
Yeah, they're gonna be pretty much doing it 720p resolution and adding achievement support.
I mean, that's cool. I'm actually looking forward to it. I mean, it's like a 10, 11-year-old game, so I don't mind that being remastered. You know what I'm saying? Because it was an excellent game, and I still have the physical copy for the PlayStation 2 anyway. So just to see it upgrade, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty cool.
Would you spend $60 on a Xbox 360 game though?
Would I spend $60 on it? Nah.
Yeah.
They have to. I mean, I know it's going to be remastered, but still, the game is like 11 years old. Like, come on, make it like $30, $40 tops. $40 tops.
Yeah, like even when Wind Waker got re-released, it wasn't $50 or $60.
Yeah.
Well, it's $50.
Yeah.
$49.99, but I'm just saying, like, I don't get why they're releasing this on last generation. They're just keeping that generation going, and
Well,
what?
I think why they probably doing it for the last generation, because I mean, if they're going to do it for the newer consoles, they have to put so much work in it, because the graphics on it is really outdated if you actually look at it. So the jump from PS2 to PS3, I mean, it's a big jump, but I mean, the game will still look, significantly good. Now, if they try to jump it from PS3 to PS4, I mean, they really have to go and work from the ground up on that game.
Well,
Right.
the Master Chief Collection, the Halo 2 is on the original Xbox.
Right.
So I don't think they would have to put too much work into it. I mean, they could do it.
Maybe
I
they've
didn't
been working on it.
having a problem with this. I don't see why they're keeping this last generation going. All I heard towards the end of last generation, it's almost like people go into a coma when new things start. All we heard last generation that people were tired of playing that generation of those games. They were ready for next generation, and now all we're getting is like last generation and previous generations. We're reliving these generations. And now we're getting games releasing back on last generation, which last generation should be over. One smart thing Nintendo did is I think they stopped the Wii. They put an end to it. Done. They don't make no that I know. I'm pretty sure they stopped support of the Wii, like all new games for it, except like some third-party games like Dance Dance Revolution or whatever. But they don't make. Nintendo's not making games for like the Wii no more. That to me, I think when a generation stops, maybe do it for a little while, but kind of end it. It's time to you got to get this new generation going. Give people reasons to buy these new games. What do you think about it, Zero?
Yeah, we're getting, with the San Andreas and, that's cool that it's on console. What is it on the 360?
Yeah,
They're
they're
remastering it on the 360. Um, I don't know if it's just me, but I think it would make a lot more sense if they put, San Andreas on the Vita. I would definitely like that, just to play San Andreas on the go.
Oh, okay.
But on console, I have a PS2 and I already have San Andreas, so there's, there's no for me there's no point in getting this remastered.
Okay.
I
I
think
think
I
I.
know.
Are you back, Peter? And we
Yeah.
got Tom Foley. Thanks for joining, man.
What's up, Holy? Long time no see. Hey,
What's up, everybody?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man?
Good to
Yo.
have you.
What do you think about this whole thing, Dark Holy? What do you? Cause you guys just coming in now, Peter's just coming back. What do you think of them re-releasing the Last of Us Game of the Year edition for the PS3 and this new San Andreas that's coming out for the Xbox 360? It's going to be a 720p resolution, and they're going to add achievements. And the last pretty much going to include the base game and all the major add-on packs. Do you think they should be continuing last generation? Whoever, Peter, go first.
I would say from a business standpoint, not as a fan, I'm talking about somebody sitting at the office at Activision EA. You still have to support last generation. When we look at other last generations, those consoles hit around $100 or $120 price point. Those were the cheap consoles you bought. Even the PS3 today and the Xbox 360, they're still pretty pricey if you're buying something new, whether $200, $300 or something like that. And there is such a big install base. I mean, I wish they would just stop the support and throw everything in the next generation. I think, one, there's too many units out there, and two, the price of last generation consoles, they still haven't reached the $100 mark. And when they hit the $100 mark, that's when I think you'll probably see them complete pull out like of new titles, and you'll just see them printing like old crap for like $20, $15. And that's why I remember on the PS2. I mean, when the PS2 hit at $100, all you saw at Best Buy was like greatest hits.
What do you think about it, Dark Holy?
Oh, as for me, I'm on the business side. Yeah, they doing it to make money, but I want to see new IPs. I'm getting tired of seeing a last generation bullshit from Xbox and them. Like, it's good. Grand Theft Auto is coming to Xbox One and PlayStation 4, but again, they still not adding the heist. And shit gonna be $60. It shouldn't be $60. Shit should be at least $30, $25, but it's not. They're gonna fuck everybody over. Last of Us remake was pretty good, but it's wrong for charging that much it should be like $30. If they're gonna put an old game on one of the new next gen systems, it should be half price, not no fucking $60. If they want to bring some old games out, bring some old ass games like Cycle Filter or the whole Mega Man collection or like some like Earthworm Jim or something like that, and bring it back out, remaster it, and plus add a new game for a good discount. But they're not gonna do that. All they're gonna do is fuck us over and over again. And one more thing, the bad thing I hear about Grand Theft Auto, PC is getting the heist. If PC getting the heist, I'm a PC gamer, I'm kind of happy for that. But if they're getting the bank heist and console is not, that's fucked up.
What do you think the reason to? Why do you think they're getting the heist and consoles aren't? Is it because it's too much to run on these next gen consoles?
Yeah, they talking about, it's a rumor, but they're talking about console can't handle it. That's why they're going around talking about this they're gonna make all the games 720 or 1080p or some bullshit. I don't really fucking care. But they saying the console can't handle it. But that's bullshit. Because everybody know the PlayStation 4 is stronger than the Xbox. But at the end of the day, they still got some good ass graphic cards and good RAM. They can handle any game. It's just the developers scared to push their system. It's something they're not telling us.
Yeah, because these heists now have been supposed to come out for a long time. They were supposed to be out pretty much at the beginning of the launch for the PS3 and Xbox 360 versions of Grand Theft Auto 5, and now people are kind of making a joke that Battlefield, Hardline is going to have heists before Grand Theft Auto 5 is going to have heists.
And to be honest, I think that shit is true. It's fucked up, and I support Rockstar. I went out and bought GTA on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, and the service was bad for like almost a month. But it'd be wrong in that bang heist. I mean the Battlefield Hardline. I'll be honest with you, I think that's a fucking ripoff. That should be a DLC. That's just my opinion, though.
All right, I can respect that. Pretty much there's a rumor that they have stopped research on PlayStation 5. Me and Peter looked into, League of Winning looked into this today. Pretty much the article where we found it was Crap Gamer, like on his, YouTube channel. He had the link. And pretty much they say the reason they stopped research on the PlayStation 5 is because of financial issues and tablets and smartphones. And I've actually heard this from a few people, and one of them, Old Dirty, brought it up to me too.
Hold on a second.
What do you think about this, Old Dirty?
I don't know. It could be, a rumor, but then again, I mean, the way Sony is going, you know what I'm saying, with the PSN network always down, and then we steady paying them, monthly and yearly, fees to play online. Like, what is they doing? You know what I'm saying? So it could be. I mean, it take a lot of money and research, you know what I'm saying, to come up, with hardware for your next console. You know what I'm saying? Even though your console may be, years in the future, but what you looking at now, you know what I'm saying, you got to think of cost, you know what I'm saying, for the pricing, you know what I'm saying, of the system, and all that comes into factor, and that's money, and Sony might not have it. But then again, it could be just a rumor.
Let me just stop you right there. I saw the article, and there was no sources for this at all. So,
Okay.
And if you can give me a source, and not a rumor article with confusing headlines, then give me source your information, and then we'll talk.
But you think, well, let me get everybody's opinion. So that's your opinion on it, Wolflow and Old Dirty?
Bullshit.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a bullshit article.
Okay. Zero, what do you think about this?
I haven't heard that much about it, so I have nothing to say about it.
Okay. What do you think about this, Sean L?
Yeah, same as Zero. I haven't read the article. I haven't heard much about it, so I'm not going to say much.
Okay. What do you think about it, Dark Holy?
Same over here. I really didn't hear nothing about it really. That's hearsay. So I can't really speak on it.
Okay. What do you think about it, League of Winning?
I think the article is probably false, but there have been a few cases when very small websites have gotten some legit information where people thought they were false. But I think this is probably false. It is possible that there will never be a PlayStation 5 and everything could go to the cloud. But I would say if I had to put money on the table, I would say there probably is going to be a PlayStation 5. You know, I think where it'll get iffy is will there be a PlayStation 6 or 7? So it's just a guessing game. When we get the super high-end bandwidth, I don't think we may not have any consoles, or
Now, they were talking in the article about these cell phones actually having enough process power to compete with that, and that's bullshit. There's no way that cell phones are going to get to that level with the
Why
cloud,
not?
whatever it is. Fuck that.
You don't think a cell phone's can ever get that type of graphics cards?
Show me
Because
a cell phone that has even close to that power. Like, they're holding back big time on the cell phones. That technology is not there.
well, I've seen a cell phone recently. I think it was a Samsung Galaxy Note something, and that thing put out some pretty good resolution for games.
To get 4K?
I mean, what 4K? Well, wait a second.
Come on, man.
Where are you coming out with 4K from? 'Cause I haven't seen
1080p.
Next generation.
consoles.
I'm talking about the next generation. You know what PCs are going to be putting out by then?
Hey,
Yeah, but
can I cut in for 1 second?
yeah.
It is a cell phone by Samsung get 1080p, full 1080p, and that's the Samsung. I forgot. I don't know how to say the name right, but it's the Mega. I know it's the Mega. It get 1080p, full 1080p. I don't know about 4K. That's a lot. That's probably too much. But 4K cell phones do get 1080p resolution, 100%, and that's that Mega is a window phone. Sony got a phone like that, and I think the new Apple phone get 1080p. Just saying.
Well, the PlayStation, this whole PlayStation streaming service, that's eventually going to go to phones and tablets, from what I understand. I think they'll be able to stream shit to cell phones soon, because that's what their plans are with tablets and cell phones. Like, it's not.
What you mean by that? Stream
That whole
cell phone.
Now thing, it's supposed to stream to tablets. Like, you're supposed to be able to play. I'm just saying for right now.
Okay, yeah. I heard that. Yeah, they're gonna be able to, because you gotta think about it. You can watch Twitch on your phone.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to
720.
anything on PlayStation now. You're gonna be able to stream to your tablet. So I don't know why they would have a problem streaming PlayStation 5 in the future.
You got a point, but I'm talking about PlayStation 5 here.
We have no clue
Hardware's
if they're
on another level.
Yeah, but we have no clue if they're going to do 4K resolutions on PlayStation 5. That whole thing might not work out. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not saying it isn't. But a lot of stuff that they try new doesn't work out usually. Like, wasn't there another resolution supposed to be for the PS3, like TI or something, that never came about? I heard stories about that too.
Yeah, I heard a story about that too.
Yeah, you heard about it. Okay. And that resolution is no more. It got canned. I never heard about it again. It was the PlayStation 3 was supposed to be able to do that resolution. It never happened.
But Dave, you gotta think about this. How many gamers that is actually a lot of people right now, plus me, a lot of people talk and argue, well, I don't argue, but talk about revolution this, revolution that. And 75% of gamers still game on the LCD. Don't have no LED TV.
Yeah.
There's not too many gamers gonna have a 4K TV. And as for PC gamers too, like right now, my car I can record and edit in 4K. Can I see anything in 4K? No. My monitors is not 4K. So at the end of the day, nobody can really tell anyway.
You made a perfect point right there, because there's a lot of people that don't even have HD TV still.
Yeah.
And
like yesterday, I was playing on the box TV.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to force everybody into 4K unless they're going to drop the price on those TVs big time.
Right, exactly.
Well, going off what Dark Holy said, I mean, I don't see the next consoles like PlayStation, 5 even doing 4K resolution because the developers are having a hard time just doing 1080p.
Yep.
Thank you.
So jumping from 1080p to 4K, that's a big ass jump. So how can they, if a system does come out that okay, how can all of a sudden they can do 4K, but you can't do 1080p on these newer consoles now?
But the thing is this, the consoles can do 1080p. They get scared to push it. They scared to fail. Now I know 100%. I don't really like Sony like that. I got a PlayStation 4. I don't have no Xbox One, but I don't really like Sony. But I know 100% Sony can push 1080p with no problem. But they scared to fucking do it. Like you're
Yep.
gonna fall, you're gonna fail. Point blank. Everybody fell in life here and there.
It comes down to how well it's coded too.
Yeah, but they
You
can
do.
do it.
Oh, you made some great points, Dark Holy and Old Dirty.
Think
Great.
about this. If they can, oh, my fact, say this. Titanfall. It was on Xbox One. What 900p some shit like that.
Yeah.
But when it came to PC, they had no fucking problem 1080p. Rise 1080p. No problem. Matter of fact, a couple games on the that Sony got right now from PC. They are in 1080p, but now you play them on Sony store, 900p, 800p, old games like Blacklight, Final Fantasy 14. Like that's give gamers the options to turn that shit to 720 or 1080p. It's up to the gamers to play the game in 1080p or 720. Like right now, I play my games in 1080, but when I live stream, it gets 720. It won't be no difference. Still look good.
Isn't Final Fantasy 14 in 1080? Let me check.
Yeah, it's in 1080. But on PlayStation, as I know, I don't know they switch it. It's in some other crazy resolution that I didn't hear before.
Oh, I got it right here. It's 1080p.
It's in 1080p. Oh, cool.
I
Thanks for
felt
clearing
like
that
it.
up.
I played it because I looked at it compared to 720, and it looked way better.
Okay, thanks for clearing that up for me.
It's a good port. Like it doesn't feel like a PC game. It feels like a PS4 game. It's actually done real well.
Yeah, but it's not. It's really not a port because it came out the same day, and it's a pretty cool game. But
Yep, I'm gonna get another moment.
but the thing is, why so many gamers worrying about Revolution for? It's not going to make them break the story. Because the game come out 1080p, but the game is ass. Oh, well, the game is bullshit. The game is shitty, but it's in 1080p. Hey, nah, that ain't no fucking game.
Hey, if it's 900p and the game looks sick, and it's got good polygons, good details, it's well, they polished it well, all those graphics, then that's really what matters. It's gonna look a
Yeah.
lot better. It's the
Like
art style
Last
too.
of Us on PlayStation 3. That wasn't 1080p. It was 720. I love that fucking game.
True.
All right. One White Kong says Wolflow is wrong. Tegra K1 can compete with console.
Hmm?
That's what a
Cell phone?
subscriber said.
Oh, it can compete with PS4 and Xbox One?
That's what he said.
What, cell phones?
Tegra K1, whatever that is. I don't
I can
know.
look into that.
Wait a minute, he said cell phones can compete with consoles?
Yeah, Tegra K1. What is that?
I don't know. Gotta Google that.
Okay,
That might be Uyu Part 2.
Can you go offline?
Well, just the things are they're planning on, it kind of brings up, like, does everybody get out what they wanted to say? Did I miss anybody? Did anybody else want to talk about this?
Yeah. What happens when your buddy calls you and you're trying to play your game and it crashes like a motherfucker?
Well, I would like to add is
I can't
there's
multitask.
one thing I want to add. In some ways, not truly, cell phones can compete with PS4 and Xbox One. There was a game for the iPhone, and you could play it on the iPhone 3GS. It was called Infinity Blade. when you play Infinity Blade, it looks as good as Gears of War. The only problem with it, there's no AI in that game. There is AI in that game, but it's not like AI in like Gears of War or any shooter. I mean, they could probably render out graphics that are on par with PS4, but they're gonna they I don't think there's enough CPU in this phones to have any AI. They'll probably have to have one of those stupid bashing games where you just swipe back and forth, you block, swipe, you know, one of those types of games. So they can probably do the graphics, but I don't think there's any CPU left for AI.
But League of Winning, when you say, I know what game you're talking about for the iPhone. It does look like a nice game,
Yeah.
but don't you think that the game, actually looks that good and maybe can compete with the one in the four because it's on a smaller screen? So you on a smaller screen. Just imagine if you blow that same game up on a bigger size TV, will it actually still look the same?
Well, yeah, if you take like Infinity Blade and you put it on your HD TV set, the problem with the Infinity Blade, I feel that if it did come to like a real console, let's say 360 for example, I feel that the game doesn't have enough gameplay to warrant a purchase. Infinity Blade on a touch device, yeah, like small little plays here and there, swiping your finger, block, those types of things. I think it's usable at $2.99 for a game to have in your pocket, just to kill some time. But I can't see myself playing Infinity Blade on a console.
All right. Anybody else got anything they want to add on that?
Mm.
All right. Well, this kind of brings us into my next thing I want to talk about, the future of gaming. What do you guys think is going to be next generation? I think it's going to be all streaming. A lot of people say, well, I know one thing I think for sure is going to happen. The digital era is going to be here. It's going to be all digital. The only one that's not going to be doing it, if they have a home console, which I'm very skeptical they're going to do another home console, is Nintendo. I think Nintendo is going to be the last one to go digital, but they will eventually, maybe the generation after next. But I think Sony and Microsoft will be digital, and I think Sony's going to go with this whole streaming thing. And a lot of people say that can't possibly happen because of internet, but they have been making internet a lot better with fiber optic lines and all that. I say next 5-10 years, if this whole console generation plays out for 10 years, say it does, I think we might have a lot of faster internet everywhere with the new way they plan on, internet's always going to get better and better over the years. They will get it to where I think they'll be streaming PlayStation. I seem to think if that article is true about that whole research stopping, I think because PlayStation's planning on with this whole like PlayStation TV thing, just giving you a remote control and them streaming it to your little box instead of them having to make a whole damn console and wasn't it like the PlayStation 3? Didn't they lose a bunch of money on that for a while? And the reason pretty much why the generation's still going because they're finally making money on those consoles. Because at first, I think Sony was pretty much losing. They weren't making shit on them at first, but they were selling them to stores like pretty much what they had in it, each console. But that's just my thoughts. What's your thought, Wolfless?
Yeah, they were definitely just breaking even. They needed to get their foot in the door. And that generation anyways, because they were off to a slow start. But it was worth it, but it wasn't worth it. It was actually really dumb what they did because they made it bad for developers. But now it's a lot easier. It's basically a PC.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a laptop because it's limited and upgrade it. But I think that in the next generation, to speculate on that right now, really, I just don't give a fuck. I just want to play my games.
Well, it's a
10 years from now.
I know you don't want to play your games, but I'm just saying with all this DLC, microtransactions, you gotta be wondering what next generation's gonna be like.
Who knows, man? We don't fucking have any idea what's gonna happen next generation.
All right. Sean L, what do you think of next generation? Do you think it's going to be? I just want to enlighten a little bit more. I think this generation they're getting ready for all the microtransactions. They're just feeding a little bit of it to you, but next generation is going to be full force all this shit. What do you think it's going to be, Sean L?
Well, I hope that's not the case, but like that seems to be the trend or the direction that the industry seems to be going right now. It's kind of unfortunate. I do see us having one more physical, like discs and stuff, console generation before we get to like an all digital or an all streaming kind of thing. And that's about it. Like as of right now, it's still a bit soon to speculate on next gen because we still have to see where like all the trends and everything of this generation end up taking us before we can get like a real idea of where gaming is going to go in the future.
What do you think about it, Dark Holy?
My bad, I was eating seeds. About the Disney shit, I think it's a bunch of bullshit because I like physical copies. Because you never know what's going to crash. The internet can go down, then what happened to the game? You know, the hackers is hacking Sony like crazy. Microsoft is getting hacked, but they're not saying nothing. You know, and with the internet part about the streaming and everything, that can happen there. The internet is good. You know, it's just unfortunate certain people around the area they get some ass internet. The internet provider is like a piece of shit. But hopefully that Google thing they starting should be should help out a lot with everybody around the U.S. and third world countries and everything else.
What do you think about it, League of Winning?
What I would say is, I think, like you said, that Nintendo will probably be the last to go. And the reason because of that, Nintendo really doesn't have anything else to make money on besides video games. Yeah, they have IPs, they license their stuff out for toys, cartoons, and everything else, but they're not like Sony with 100 different products. They're not like Microsoft where they have like, you know, the #1 operating system. Not saying it's the best, but you know, they sell more Windows than any Linux or even OS 10 or whatever the case may be. You know, so I would probably say another generation or two before PlayStation, and once they get the Gaikai up and they can stream 4K, they'll probably be streaming it right to the television sets. And maybe Microsoft is going to do the same thing with their Azure server. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be sad to see like consoles go if they do, but I mean, prefer them to stay.
Well, what about Nintendo? They have that other thing that they're going into, like health and fitness. What was it called? The something life or something? And
yeah, the quality of life stuff.
The quality of life.
Is that like
they got that.
Like a workout add-on for like the Wii or something, or is that like an
the quality of life they were going to invest a lot of their resources in?
Hey, a lot of us gamers could use that shit.
What do you think about it, Old Dirty?
Basically, I hope that they never do go, you know, just all digital, because me, I like my physical copies. That's just how I am. When it comes to like indie games, if I like an indie game, I don't mind the little, you know, $5, $15, $20. But if I'm going out, you know what I'm saying, want a $60 game and I have to download it, then who's to say 15 years from now when I want to play Grand Theft Auto 5, is the service there so I can play the fucking game? Because if there ain't no service, that means I don't have that game no more. So basically, I'm just giving developers $60 and I can't play that game, you know what I'm saying, 15 years later. You know what I'm saying? So if I had kids or grandkids and I'm like, hey, this is what I used to play, then I can't show them because it's not on the servers. The servers ain't up there running no more. So no, I'd rather have my physical copies. If they want to do both, that's fine. But going straight digital, hell no. I think I'll stop gaming because all my consoles I still have from the NES till now and the games that go with it. So yeah, I want my physical copies because sometimes I still got my Dreamcast plugged up. Sometimes I go back and plug up my N64 and play old games. I can't do that if it's all digital copies 15 years from now. So no, I don't want them to go straight digital.
Well, another thing too, which a lot of people leave out, me and you are actually doing it right now. There is a lot of positive sides to digital. One, this is a major positive. Right now, what a lot of people are not talking about, what I noticed, and they're planning on doing it with this new update, but right now with the PS4 and I think the PS3, you can game share digital copies. Anything Old Dirty's got digital, I can play. Anything I got digital, he can play. So that's really great because say you guys buy a lot of games and you just work out something like, okay, I'm going to buy 2 digital games this month and you buy 2 digital games. That's 4 games you're getting a month. You get what I'm saying? You can't. Now, the physical thing that they're planning on doing is if you put a physical game into it, yes, I can play what he's got, but only when it's in his PlayStation. But anything digital, I can play it at any time as long as he has PlayStation Plus and I have PlayStation Plus. And that's a cheaper way to go about gaming. That's a good thing to do.
Yeah, I mean that's true and all, and that's cool. But for me, man, I still rather have that physical copy because years down the line, you never know what these servers, they may close, and you don't have that game no more. You know what I'm saying? You can't operate the game.
What about games like Evolve? Like, what would you do with a game like that of a physical copy?
Like, what would I do with it?
Yeah, when the servers close down.
There's nothing you really can do with it because that's just an online game, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like games like Crew, games like Plants vs. Zombies. I think the only thing you can do with that physically is play garden ops. That's it.
Right.
A lot of these like online-only games, which that's another big thing I think about the future of gaming, is there's a lot of games that are coming online only. What are you going to do with them games of a physical copy when the servers close?
That sucks.
Yeah.
Well, then again, I guess you can look at it both ways. You're gonna be fucked in the ass both ways because if I got the physical copies and the servers go down, they stop supporting it, I can't play it. And then if they shut down the servers that I have digital, I'm still fucked. So I guess you fuck both ways then.
That's the thing about digital. I wouldn't care. I would just take it off my thing and be done with it. I'm just saying, like, if they keep on doing things like they're doing now, like, because there's a lot of games that are coming that are only online only. What do you do with those copies of those games? They're useless. And the whole game, like, I think it's great. I think, like, because a lot of people, like, when I learned about it, some dude was in the party chat with me, and he was playing Minecraft, and I was like, what other games you got? Because we started talking about Minecraft, and he started naming off just about every new game that came out. I was like, damn. I was like, you must have a good job or sell dope. And then he goes, no, man, I game share with my buddy. Like, he buys so many a month, I buy so many a month. I think it's great. And just how all the games are coming, like, a lot of them, like The Crew and Evolve, they're all coming to be online-only games. I mean, what are you going to do with a physical copy of that? It's I guess if you get tired of it while the servers are open, you can run to GameStop and get rid of it, or if you want to keep it on your shelf, be like, hey, I used to play that game. I don't know.
Dude. So honestly, hold on to your physical disc while you can, man, because it will level the playing field for independent developers. It'll help lower the cost for the developers. For everybody. The only thing is, they're going to be worth a fortune one day, man.
Hey, no need to cut anyone off, but Dave, can I give my 2 cents on this?
Yeah, I said anybody wants to jump in.
All right. So, I think, as much as I hate saying this, I think in the future it's going to be all digital. To me, I like physical copies more. And have you guys noticed, like, once in a while, we rarely get manuals, and it sucks because I really like manuals, to come with the game.
Yeah, I know that big time that we don't get any manuals. I mean, if we do, it's like a sheet of paper that says X is to jump and R2 is to block.
That's about it.
That one.
This is a manual. This is what Evil Within gave me right here, a real manual of where it actually tells you how to use different guns and stuff. Like that's a manual. Like that's what I miss. Like
Yeah.
Too bad fucking GameStop steals them all the time.
It feels like when I buy a physical game this generation, it feels like it's incomplete without a manual.
Yep. I mean, they're slowly putting an end. I don't mean to cut you off, but they're slowly putting an end to everything. Like, look how Blockbuster went out, where you can't even go to a store and rent a game no more. You gotta be lucky if your Redbox carries PS4 and Xbox One games, because most of them that I've seen still only carry PS3, Xbox 360, and Wii games. They don't carry the PS4 or Xbox One. So you really have no outlet of renting a game anymore, but from GameFly, you know. But a lot of that stuff, like GamePro, like those type of magazines, they're gone. Like all the fun stuff that went along with gaming, game manuals, they're all gone. A few of them around. You got.
Do we still have Game Informer?
Yes, you still have that, but GamePro, it's gone, and a couple other ones.
Yeah, Nintendo Power, all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys,
But
you're
keep
making
on
me
doing what
feel
you're
old.
saying, man.
You're making me feel old, Dave.
Keep on saying what were you saying, Zero? What else were you saying?
Oh, and I just want to put this out here. When everything does go digital, I think I'm just gonna stop buying consoles and go back to my older consoles.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually heard somebody else say that before too. Like, if it just go all digital, like they might as well say that they done with gaming because they like the physical copy. So this is the second person I done heard that said that.
I think if you're a true gamer and you love playing the newest games and all that, you'll never give up on gaming no matter what it does. Unless it gets so bad to where it's like you're just paying like ridiculous prices, and like certain things are really dumb. Like I would say, like PlayStation Plus, where you have to put in a credit card to use it. You know, a lot of people don't have credit cards. They don't have access to credit cards. And you know, what do they have to do to use their PlayStation Plus? They got to go ask their neighbor or friend for their PlayStation or for their credit card information to play PlayStation Plus. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit, I don't stand for. I don't like it. You know, but you have to deal with it. You have to. It's just the way it is. But I can understand somebody, you know, going to retro gaming and all that. But there's only so long you can go into retro something new. You know. Like, this newer shit with the cell phones, my biggest problem is, like, cell phone games. Yes, a lot of them are all free, but when you look at them, they want you to pay all these microtransactions for, like, a gun or something. And then, like, you got Blacklight Retribution, the game on the PS4 that they give you for free, but you literally have to get a gun for 24 hours or something. That's ridiculous. Like, you have to pay to rent a gun. Like, that's horrible.
Wow.
And they're just slowly feeding you this shit now, and it's going to be in full force in the next. Maybe if it's not next generation, it's the generation after that. But I think it's coming next generation. But what were you going to say, Sean?
Oh, I wasn't saying this.
Oh, okay. Did you have anything else to say, Zero?
No, that's actually they don't have those PlayStation Plus cards for the PS4 like they did with the PS3.
They do, but you still need a credit card.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that.
Yep, they ask you for your credit card information.
Unless you buy a year.
What happened, Wolflow?
I think you can buy a year and you don't need credit card.
I tried it. You need a credit card.
Oh.
Yeah, I just recently when I upgraded my well, Dirty, you were telling me too you had to put your credit card in, right?
Yeah. When I first got the PlayStation 4 and I brought the damn, what the hell is the name of that stupid game there? Destiny.
Destiny.
Okay.
Yeah, you know they had like a 30-day trial, but the PlayStation 4 actually gave me a 14-day trial. In order to use that 14-day trial, I had to put a credit card in. I'm like, for what? Hell, I gotta put a credit card in for. But I did it and called them right up and told them to take that shit off my account. Like, take my information off the account because y'all get breached too much for me.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have PS Plus.
What's that?
You don't have PS Plus?
That
Yeah,
is-
I got it. But in order for me to activate it just by using a trial, like they wanted my credit card information in order to activate the trial version
Oh,
before I got the regular. So I'm like, wow, really? Like that sucks.
what a year?
Sorry to cut you off, everybody. Thanks for having me. Hey, Dave, thanks for having me. I gotta go.
Thank you for
All right.
joining, Dark Holy. I
There you
appreciate it.
go, Coley.
All right, man.
Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the podcast.
Okay.
Thanks for coming, man.
Another thing on that whole tablets doing 1080p. One Wei Kong said NVIDIA K1 Tegra tablet does 1080p 60 frames per second. Then somebody else gave me an article. Tom Fort, shout out to you too, buddy, and Wei Kong. I can't get to his article for some reason, but I'm sure it explains more about this whole thing with the tablets doing 1080p. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. So there is, I think, the NVIDIA. Yeah, here it is.
Hey, there's PS3 games that can do 1080p 60 frames per second.
Yeah, it's NVIDIA
What can you do
revealing
with that?
high performance for Denver version. It's just it's like a tablet, 32-bit quad-core NVIDIA Tegra K1 chip. See, I'm not a PC.
Oh, now you're talking about a tablet now. I'm talking
Well-
about cell phones.
Well, why couldn't a cell phone do that if a tablet's doing it? Because cell phones are pretty much the same thing as tablets. Like, I do everything on my cell phone that I can do on this.
Yeah, but not quite. Cell phones are behind, man, or I'd have one like that.
Well, I don't know. What's that new Samsung? The one I was looking at, the Samsung you got, Old Dirty, you were telling me about? There's one that I think you were telling me about that I looked up, and it was ridiculous what that could do with PC, with, like, gaming graphics and shit.
Wait a minute, say that again.
What's that? The phone you were telling me about, the Samsung Tab Note or something or whatever it is, Note 2.
Oh, the Samsung Galaxy Note 4.
Yeah, that one is ridiculous what it does on, like, when you look at when it's playing games, like the graphics for it. I was watching a video on it on YouTube. But this is a NVIDIA Shield, like, you know, it's a tablet. It's still, and phones are pretty much, a lot of phones just like tablets, but I'm just saying they're going to be streaming it. They'll be able to stream it to your phone. I don't know how you're going to go about playing it, if you're going to do the touch screen or put the little Mo control into it that they have at GameStop. Like, they have different versions of that. But it will happen.
They said that they would
Maybe
actually be able to stream it to your TV eventually. But I mean, it's still kind of speculation. Sure, they could probably, but I don't think they're going to get to the level that PCs are going to be at before you know it.
The level what a console can, because they're planning on streaming PlayStation Now to your phone and stuff soon. So I'm sure PlayStation 5 is going to be able to do it in the future. You got to think the next time. Now a lot of people don't. They're speculating that this generation ain't going to last as long as last generation lasted, but who knows, I'd say in the next 10 years we'll be able to do some crazy shit with cell phones. Look what we've been doing in the past 2 years with cell phones.
We'll have to wait and see.
Oh, it'll be here. I mean, I guarantee that. Technology changes every month. Like, you buy a PC, that one's outdated every month.
Yeah, and then they also hold back every month. And they have shit that's like still waiting to release a couple of years later.
Yeah, but that's every month. Imagine 5-10 years from now what they're going to be doing.
They've been taking their time with cell phones, though, man. Trust me. I had the first smartphone pretty much. It was like the one before the Trio. Like some of those early ones, and man, sure they've come pretty far, but I mean, in the amount of time that they've had. It should be a lot further than it is.
I know some people pretty much can their PC because they just do everything with their business on their phone. I'm just saying. But anyways, let's get into the next topic. Before we get into that, let's talk about one thing. I guess Bayonetta, pretty much, they have a Playboy picture of Bayonetta, like one of the Playboy models she modeled for the Bayonetta, and a lot of people are saying, Nintendo, pretty much Nintendo, they can't believe Nintendo is doing that, allowing that. Did you hear about that, Old Dirty?
I heard about it and I seen like a picture of Bayonetta with Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Mm-hmm.
But I really didn't go into the article because I really like, okay, I mean, Playboy, Bayonetta, I mean, shit, she damn near Playboy. She naked all the time in the game, so
Yeah.
might as well be on Playboy. You know what I'm saying? But
I think this is the problem because a lot of people look at Nintendo as a children's console, and they said that shouldn't be promoted with children.
well, I don't know why they promote it. I don't know why a lot of people always think that Nintendo is a kids console because it's not. It's a family console. Nintendo always states that their consoles are for family, for everybody to play together. I mean, shit, you got more kids out here that got, Sony and Microsoft consoles, so you might as well say they consoles. I mean, they consoles are kiddie too because when I play, Call of Duty and Battlefield, that's all you hear is kids on there cussing you out.
Well, it says in one of more unusual pop culture cross promotions in recent memory, family-friendly gaming giant Nintendo has combined forces with Playboy to promote hack and slash title Bayonetta 2.
But then again, I mean, that could be a strategy that Nintendo is using. I mean, they was the one that said that they want the hardcore gamers back.
Yeah.
So I guess if they starting to get these hardcore games, I mean, gamers going to look at them as, okay, damn, Nintendo, messing with Playboy, shit. Let me see what they on. Let me look at their games. You know what I'm saying? What they doing with them.
Well,
So-
also, it's not like they're advertising a Mario game in Playboy. You know what I mean? Like, this is a game that's rated mature. It's for mature audiences. You have to advertise it in a place where more mature people are going to see it. You know what I mean? There's no point in advertising it to fucking kids. They can't buy it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, one
Yeah.
of the commenters write, Nintendo and Playboy in the same sentence. Call me shocked. But I don't know. It's just it's very funny how Nintendo goes about their whole advertising. Like okay, Hyrule Warriors, Super Mario 3D World, Mario Kart. I saw hardly any advertisement for any of them games. And
Yeah.
now if I read Playboy, I'm gonna look at Bayonetta, too. It's just weird. And then Nintendo's promoting that though. It don't make any sense. What do you think about this, Zero?
I don't. I mean, yeah. I
Are
agree.
you a
Like,
Nintendo gamer? I don't mean to cut you off, but are you? I forgot to ask you before you came in too. What console do you play?
I play on anything. I have a PC. I play on Microsoft consoles, Sony, and Nintendo.
Okay.
Even older than that, I play on Turbo Graphics, all that.
Oh yeah, the classic.
Yeah.
Hey, you have a copy of Keith's Courage?
Sorry, what was that?
You have a copy of Keith's Courage?
No.
That's a hard game to find, ain't it? And if you do find it, you paying like a nice amount of money for it.
Yeah.
Not sure if that
Think
was
about this whole Bayonetta thing. Do you think it's okay Nintendo promoting that way? Does it bother you at all? That's all pretty much the question is. Like,
For me?
yeah, Zero.
I guess it's good. Nintendo putting a lot of advertisement on Bayonetta. Yeah, they haven't done that much advertising for the other games, like you said, like Hyrule Warriors and Mario Kart. But they're putting a lot of advertisement, like they're putting a lot of focus on advertising Bayonetta, and I think they're gonna put a lot of focus on the advertising Smash Bros. Too.
Yeah.
Sex sells.
Well, this might be like an effort to kind of change their image in the eyes of gamers too. You know what I mean?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Wolflow, before?
You guys do realize that Bayonetta's a whole play on all the sex and media and stuff too. But I think that's kind of cool, man. Promotes it. Project Platinum all the way.
What do
Yeah,
you?
Nintendo must have saw Dr. Trey's video.
No.
Project Platinum. I like
What do you
Platinum.
think about the Peter? Or not? Why do I keep calling you? League of Winning.
Honestly, I think it's a good move by Nintendo. Like, I can't remember who said it earlier, but you know, they're marketing to adults, and you know, they need an outlet where they can reach that older audience, that the more mature audience. The only thing that I feel that's bad for Playboy is nowhere near that it used to be since the digital age. I mean, I remember as a kid trying to go to the corner store and buy Playboys and like sneak out, buy the daily newspaper and stick it in there when I was like a teenager and stuff. But Playboy isn't what it used to be quite frankly. I don't know anybody who buys that anymore. I mean, I don't even think their website's even popular. I mean, I think the only time they have any popularity is when they do like a media event or something like that, or they're in the media now because of Bayonetta, Nintendo. But I mean, if it wasn't for Bayonetta, when was the last time you thought about going to Playboy.com or buying one of their magazines, or you know, or anything about Playboy?
Well, some people collect Playboy magazines. Like, wasn't the one with like Sable in it and China? Weren't they worth or no? Or,
You know, some of them are actually worth money, like some of the really old ones. Few editions. I remember seeing a news clip. They're going back to the 60s or the 70s. You know, there's certain issues, maybe like Marilyn Monroe, if I'm saying her name right or whatever. Something that's like iconic from them could be worth money. You know, maybe if it was a playmate that became like very popular, maybe became a Hollywood star or something. Yeah. Can't hear you.
What?
all right, Old Dirty, did you have anything to say about this?
About the Bayonetta. No, I mean I guess it's cool. You know, maybe Nintendo is changing up their style. You know, they want the hardcore gamers to pick up the Wii U and check it out. You know what I'm saying? So it don't bother me.
All right, that's cool. Another thing that I just remembered, it just popped in my head. Eminem was very upset with Destiny, and he decided to pick up a Wii U, or he's going to pick up a Wii U for Smash Brothers. What does everybody think of that?
I don't know why everyone made such a big deal about it. Fucking one guy buying a Wii U, you know what I mean?
I think it's a big name person buying a Wii U. That's why it's.
Yeah.
I guess Destiny. Maybe he was into Destiny. Well, he said too he was upset with all these like games that were coming. Like they were all been letdowns.
Oh shit.
Well, I remember hearing about it.
Anything makes the news lately. Anything.
Yeah, no kidding.
Did he trade it to Nate?
Nate is a Jehovah now. We do not bring up no more. That's what was his name, Sean?
He's a fucking Javaho.
What wasn't it? Jehovah Nate 78.
Javaho Nate 78.
He will be starting his preacher channel soon, guys. So tune in for that. I heard that's just a rumor.
Yeah.
I can't.
All right. What were Old Dirty? Did you have anything else to add, or?
Can you guys hear me? I had to fix my mic.
Yo.
Okay. Did anybody have anything else to add, or?
When I first heard it, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't like in complete surprise or anything like that, or even to tell somebody else that, oh, hey, Marshall Mathers is actually going to get a Wii U for Smash Brothers. I mean, I look at him as just another person. It really doesn't surprise me, you know what I'm saying, because most of these stars, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure they are gamers, but we don't know it because we're really not in their personal life like that. So when he said that he was going to buy Wii U for Smash Brothers, I was like, oh, okay, so yeah, he liked the Smash Brothers, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he gamed, but I just didn't know what he game on.
Okay.
He likes the Smash Brothers.
And pretty much the next thing I want to talk about, it's kind of, I got into a little debate with somebody yesterday about this. I want to talk about the current state of the Wii U. Like, pretty much, like, are you happy with the Wii U? Do you think it should be doing better? Pretty much talk about the game releases since May of what came out for this console and compared to other consoles on the market. Just want to get an idea of where everybody's at with the Wii U. I was going to do a video, which I still might, but I just figured I'd talk about this in the podcast and get other people's opinions of where they're at with the Wii U right now and if they're happy with, the game releases since Mario Kart and watching all these other consoles with game releases. Just overall the features of the console, what the other ones are doing. You got Sony that's going to be doing game sharing on physical copy discs now. You're going to be able to upload to YouTube, all kinds of shit. And you got Nintendo, the Wii U, where you can upload to YouTube with the Mario Kart 8 on like 30-second videos and stuff like that. But just where are you at with everything with the Wii U and what you think, or if you don't own a Wii U, what do you think about the Wii U? Would you purchase one? Are you happy with the releases that it's been getting? Would it make you want to buy one? Let's start with Zero.
All right, so I think the Wii U is doing a little better now than it was before. Remember that I think was it like a year drought with no games?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's doing a little bit better now. I was gonna say about the features. If I don't buy consoles for features, I buy them for games, and the I me being like I buy Nintendo consoles for their exclusives, and I I think they're doing better now than they were before. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm speechless right now.
That's all right, man. It's cool. This is
Uh,
like your first podcast, right?
yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I understand. But yeah, I get what you're saying, man. Pretty much, the console. Okay, so you see it's doing well, like better than it was for the year-long drought. Okay,
Yeah.
is that all you got, or?
Um, it's my opinion, but I think it has better exclusives right now than on the PS4 and the Xbox. But that's just my opinion. Most of what's out on Sony's console doesn't interest me except for Infamous, and then um, on the Xbox, most of the exclusives are on PC, and I told you guys earlier I had a PC, so yeah.
Okay. Like what compared to the other ones, like the Xbox One, the PS4, even the 360 and PS3, do you think that like the Wii U is standing up against them consoles, like with game releases and everything?
Um, I think with the games, they do take a long time to come out, and that's a problem. Um, and I'm gonna compare the Wii U with the PS3 because they both had terrible launches, but
Yep.
got better over the years. And I think it's gonna get better later down the road this generation.
Okay. Is that all you got?
Yeah.
Okay, I can respect that. What do you think, Sean L?
Okay, well, since May, from May till September, basically, it was very lackluster. I'll say it was disappointing. Like I think there were 0 games released, like in terms of like AAA games or physical games at the store. So like, yeah, it has been bad. But like since September, we have been getting games, like 1 game a month, pretty much. But it beats nothing. We definitely don't have as many games coming as the Xbox One or PS4 in terms of quantity, but like the quality is there. Like the games we have been getting, I have been satisfied with. I have enjoyed playing them. Uh, I'd like to see them future, like they've been saying, if they can get 1 game a month out in 2015, I will be happy with that personally. I can't speak for anybody else, but like it'll keep me busy. And I do have an Xbox to play like the third-party stuff that doesn't come to the Nintendo. You buy a Nintendo console to play like Nintendo games and the games you know are gonna come.
Okay. I can respect that opinion. Are you compared to the other consoles? Do you think it's holding up?
Uh, yeah, like in terms of the quality of the games and like even if you compare like the time I put into the systems, like I'd say yeah, it's holding up pretty well against the next generation consoles right now.
Okay, I can respect that. All right, is that all you got, Sean?
Yeah.
All right, what do you think about the Wii U current state, Wolflow?
I think it's awesome, man. I mean, slow right now on the PS4 and the Xbox. Like they say, if you got a PC and you really don't need that. Same with PS4, really. If you got a PC, you're a PC gamer. But if you want those exclusives, you can get them. But right now, the Wii U is looking nice. I kind of wish I had one. I definitely want to get one. Get that beta.
Okay, is that all you got, Wolflow?
Pretty much. I'm definitely looking to get one though.
Okay. What games are you looking forward to for the Wii U?
Well, I want to catch up on some Mario, Donkey Kong, that kind of stuff too. Actually, I want to catch up on some Wii games as well, like Twilight Princess, stuff like that. Some of the good Wii games that I missed, like Xenogears. So I might as well.
Okay. What compared to the other consoles, do you think it's holding up well?
Mm, I think so. Right now, it's looking pretty good. I mean, now's a good time to have one for sure.
Okay. Pete, League of Winning, what do you think about the Wii current?
The quality of software being released right now is really good. You're not going to get a lot of software. The software you get is going to be really good. It kind of reminds me, in some regards, like the TurboGrafx. Like the TurboGrafx didn't have as much software as the Genesis, but the TurboGrafx is probably one of the best consoles for shoot 'em ups. I know that's not an exact comparison, but the quality for the Wii U games is really good. Do I think you need maybe an Xbox or a PlayStation or PC to play third party? Yeah, I think you do need one. But I do think at the same time, it's kind of sad that Nintendo did not come out the gate with a real powerful console, so they could have that third party support, and then you have your really good first party games from Nintendo. And if they did that, I don't think there'd be less of a reason to buy an Xbox or a PlayStation.
Well, sorry to interrupt. What I could see Nintendo doing is because they also have always have shorter console life cycles. Is like midway through what would be the PS4 generation, come out with a system that's kind of more comparable to that, and actually be on that level for at least the rest of the generation.
Well, how long did the GameCube last?
Nintendo averages like 5 years with their console generations.
Okay, so, all right, so
And if the Sony and Microsoft are going for the full 10 years that they claim they're going for,
yeah,
Nintendo would have a shot to get another console out during that generation.
Yeah, I don't know. I still feel like the Wii should be somewhat more popular. I'm not saying it probably has to be on the same level as PS4, Xbox One, but maybe halfway there. Because when I play Call of, I have Black Ops and I got Ghost. I mean, they look identical to the PS3 or the 360, and I'm just like, it just doesn't look that good on the screen. When I play the Ghost on the PS4, it's night and day. So I mean, when you look at the Cube came after a year after the PS2, and then the Wii came out like the same week or a couple days after the PS3 or something like that. I don't know. Even though they're on a 5-year life cycle, I mean, if it wasn't for the exclusives, I can't really see a reason to pick one up.
Yeah,
If you just want third party, it's like, get something else,
I agree.
Hey, League of Winning, you know your mic volume is pretty low?
All right, let me see if I can boost it. I'm a little bit. Is this better?
Yeah, that's better, man.
All right, I was just a little far from the mic. That's why.
Is that all you got, League of Winning?
Um.
But
Yeah.
are you like compared to the other consoles right now? Is the Wii U really standing up to the PS4 and Xbox One game release wise? You know, fun
I,
wise.
I would say quality with the software that's coming out. It is. But at the same time, those are games that are coming out that you have to like. Like there's some people that don't like beat 'em up, so Bayonetta may not appeal to them. You know, Hyrule Warriors, however you pronounce it, that Zelda thing.
Yeah.
I mean, some people may like that. Some people haven't even played those types of games. To them, it's like it's alien. Xeno Chronicles, whatever the RPG that's coming out. Not everybody's into RPGs, and that's the only games you're gonna have for the month. I mean, what's gonna drop for the PS4 and the Xbox One compared to third party? There's a lot to pick from,
Yeah.
and you can find something on those consoles that you probably will be happy with somewhat. So if you like a shooter, there's Call of Duty, there's this and that, and next year there's even going to be a bigger variety. So I would say, I mean, if you're somebody who likes to experiment, if you want to try new titles, and your main concern is triple A quality, I say get a Wii U. I would say if you want a variety and you like a certain type of game, maybe it's shooters or racers or something along that line, then I would say get a PlayStation or an Xbox One or a PC or something.
Okay. Or now you're a Wii U owner. Where are you at with the Wii U? Do you play it?
I haven't played it probably since August. I got Mario Kart. I liked it. It just didn't hold my attention that long. Not saying it's a bad game or anything like that, but for some reason, I didn't play Mario Kart on the 3DS, but for some reason, I just like Mario Kart on the DS, the old version, and it took a while to get good at Mario Kart on the Wii U. Like I can't play with the analog stick, and I was playing that for a while, and I was really bad at Mario Kart. And then I was like, why was I so good at Mario Kart on the DS? And I was like, it hit me. It was like, oh, the D-pad. And then I played Mario on the Wii U with the D-pad, and I became decent. I was going from last place to maybe somewhere in the middle or in third place. So there was a little bit of frustration with Mario Kart with me because of the analog stick. But I got a lot of Wii games. I got a lot of third-party games, and there's a lot of good deals and for the Wii U. And for some odd reason, I can't explain it, I like collecting third-party games for the Wii U. And I don't know why. I guess it's because there's less of a library, so it becomes easier to collect the entire library. You know, I know that sounds weird. But,
Hey, are you guys looking forward to Far Cry 4?
Not really. I mean, I haven't played Far Cry 2 or Far Cry 3. I mean, I may get Far Cry 3 on sale, maybe if it's like $5 on Steam.
You
Okay.
can always try Far Cry 4.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe I'll pick it up. But to tell you the truth, like, I come from the real version of Far Cry. The real version of Far Cry, for me, is the original PC version.
Don't worry, they'll remaster it. They're probably already working on
That's the Crytek version.
it.
You know, and then they sold it to Ubisoft, and then it kind of became its own thing again.
Hmm.
All right, Old Dirty. What's your current? What do you feel for the current state of the Wii U? Are you happy with it? Are you happy with the games that have been coming out since Mario Kart? Are you happy with the holiday season lineup for the compared to the Wii for the Wii U compared to other consoles? Tell me what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I actually enjoy my Wii U. Um, I mean, like everybody else said, they have Nintendo put out, quality games, and that's what I like about Nintendo. But I wish they did have more third-party support, so I can get, more third-party games on the Wii U. But I mean, for the lineup that's coming and for next year, like Nintendo is stating that they're going to put out a game, and I believe in first-party game from them once a month. Was it Friday, which was Bayonetta? That's pretty awesome. So I'm actually looking forward to see Nintendo actually doing it, and if Nintendo can actually pull this off with a small percentage to no percentage at all of third party support. So that'd be awesome if Nintendo can actually hold its console up.
Was that confirmed by Nintendo that they're going to release a game every month that's AAA?
Yeah, that's where it all
Yeah.
started.
Yeah, they Iwata, I think it was Iwata or Reggie, they stated that every month, of next year, 2015, they was going to put out a title.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Well,
I want to see if they actually, can pull it off.
We've also had Reggie confirm that third party was on board, but that didn't. And we also were confirmed better online and cater to the hardcore gamer, which they're kind of doing now with Bayonetta, but they have confirmed stuff before that didn't happen. And other consoles have too, Sony and Microsoft. But I'm just
Yeah.
don't ever trust what they say too. I keep going what you're saying. I just wanted to say that.
Well, I'd more say don't trust third party what they tell you, because they was all on board with Nintendo, but for some odd reason, they turned their back on Nintendo.
Well, one thing a lot of people keep not looking at, how is it all third parties' fault? Like every third party developer that pulled away from Nintendo, didn't do nothing wrong at all. Like, why are all of them falling out? Why isn't there out of all the third parties, why didn't one stand there? Like, okay, you do have Platinum Games, but like, why did all the other ones fall out? They all had the same.
And you know what? And you know what, Dave? I asked myself the same thing. Like, why are third party, pulling away from the Wii U, but they was putting out so many games on the original Wii. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why you pulling away from the console that's now HD? You know what I'm saying? But you was throwing games and making exclusive game for the original Wii that wasn't HD. That was less powerful than the 360 and PS3. That I don't understand.
Probably because it was super cheap to develop for.
Yeah, that could be.
But I think the problem is Nintendo's not throwing money at these third parties like the other companies are.
Exactly.
lot of like on Hip Hop Gamers video and some other speculations that I've heard, people are saying it's too hard to develop for. They just said and it makes a little sense. Like, why would people want to develop for a console that just isn't really selling third party at all? Like, why would they put their time and resources? Like, you got to think too. Like, I will give it this, when they made Need for Speed Most Wanted U, it was already out on consoles. But a team from EA went back, uh, went all out on that game, did stuff with the gamepad and everything, and nobody bought it. I mean, I'm not saying everybody has to be a racing fan, but damn, that game didn't sell at all, really.
Yeah, that's a factor too. Big time.
And, Splinter Cell Blacklist, yes, the online was horrible, and I seem like the only one that was saying that. I've heard all these other people that talked about Splinter Cell Blacklist. I was looking for videos, the hardest, looking for videos for people to mention how fucked up the online was for Splinter Cell Blacklist on the Wii U.
Oh, it's terrible.
Up and all that. But I didn't see anybody that reviewed the Wii U version. They didn't even mention that. But I'm just saying, campaign-wise, that was the better version out of the... And that didn't even sell. Like, I went to my GameStop, and I pre-ordered it, and the only copy they had was an open copy out of all 3 GameStops in my town, and I had to drive like an hour somewhere to get a closed copy of it, and that didn't even sell. Like, I don't get it. Like, I understand some of the things with third party, why they don't sell in the Wii U, but it always seems like hardcore Nintendo fanboys always have an excuse of why not to buy a third party. Now, I want to see the excuse of Bayonetta, too. They're giving you a free game, and it's supposedly a masterpiece. All right, now, if that game doesn't sell, the only reason I could think if it doesn't sell is maybe there's half the install base or more just doesn't like hack and slash games. But if they're all running out and they're talking up this Hyrule Warriors, it's kind of like the same type of game. You run around, you're hitting people. It's a lot more better than Hyrule Warriors, but I'm just saying it's a hack and slash kind of. There should be no reason why they should be all like, Bayonetta should sell. And if that fails as a third-party game, I think Nintendo fans can kiss third-party goodbye for the Wii U. That's my opinion. I don't think third parties even going to consider even fucking around the Wii U anymore. If it does go well, I think they will.
How well did the Wonderful 101 sell?
Not very.
Yeah, the Wonderful 101 didn't sell as well as everybody thought it would, and it was actually a good game.
Yeah, it was a good game. They didn't, and that's like a game that you would think Nintendo fans would like. Like, what was wrong with the Wonderful 101?
I bought it brand new. I supported that game.
What did you like?
Dave even know I was playing that game.
Yeah.
I mean, did you like the Wonderful 101 Zero?
Yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah. And
also made by Platinum that made Bayonetta.
Yeah.
I too.
Well, and I heard people's problems with that game was it was kind of a pain in the ass to draw the letters and stuff, which I had no problem doing. I did not beat the game. I had the game. I didn't buy it. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys and say I bought it. I gameplayed that one because I was skeptical of it. That's why. But I did support third party on the Wii U. I bought Splinter Cell, Assassin's Creed, all of them. Batman Arkham City. I've supported third party. I did not support the Wonderful 101.
Dave, are you talking about the major media reviews where they play the game for like 3 hours?
Well, no, a lot of people said they did have problems making shapes on the gamepad. They went to the Pro Controller.
Those people might just have problems with shapes.
Yeah, well, if they are kids like they are saying that's playing the Wii U, they can't make shapes.
Yeah.
I think people was just listening to IGN from UK or something like that. They was just listening to them because the lady was acting like the game was so hard.
Hello?
Yeah.
No. What?
Some of these people shouldn't even be doing reviews though, man. Play a game for like 3 to 10 hours.
Right. I mean, if you actually listen to her, she sounds like she's not even a gamer. She was just complaining about everything. And then when I played the demo, I was like, what the hell was she talking about? I'm like, there's nothing wrong with this game.
I feel like people should beat the game before they review it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can give a first impressions. That's a different story than a full review.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, I like when reviewers go right into depth and like go into detail about everything, man, and where they could have went right and wrong, and they could have done, and what the brilliance of it is, and what they achieved, like with what they have available, and
Yeah.
creativity and all that shit. Not
Yeah,
just
like
yeah, this is the graphics. Oh, the graphics.
I mean, I don't listen to any of the reviewers because I say to myself, the only important reviewer is yourself. You know, you decide what games you want.
Alright. Oops.
I
Sorry.
mean, you have these people following these reviews and buying them just based off of reviews.
Off a score.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
they buy games off of score because to me a reviewer is just their opinion. It's just one person's opinion. You know what I'm saying? I might not agree with that opinion.
Plus, there
You
are
know.
so many different factors to each game. You can't compare them all the same way when you start breaking it down. So you kind of have to fit it into a number. But the numbers are so out of whack, it doesn't make any sense. They're giving out tens and then like fives for great games. Crazy.
Did anybody have anything else to add on that?
Nah.
Alright, what I'm going to say, you're probably not going to like what I'm going to say compared to everybody's, I guess. I'm not happy with the Wii U. I don't think there has been any game releases that are worth the shit since Mario Kart, really, except Bayonetta. Right now, your top-selling game on the eShop is Bayonetta 2, but if you scroll down a little bit, you got Bayonetta 1, and you scroll down a little bit on the third game, it's Disney Infinity. Then you scroll down a little farther, and you see Tank Tank Tank, number 4. Then it's Hyrule Warriors. Then it's Kirby's Dream House. Then it's Animal Crossing Plaza. Isn't that free, some of them games?
yeah, that
All
doesn't make
right.
any sense.
Then you got Zen Pinball, which is free. You got Castlevania. So what's a sign? That's not a good sign, in my opinion. All right. Got mainly like a lot of virtual console games that are on there that are like their top sellers, which I understand because they're cheap. But wouldn't you think like Donkey Kong would be in there, and Super Mario 3D World, and Wonderful 101, and Pikmin, and
Why the hell haven't I invested in
maybe
Disney?
do something third party wise that is on there. You know, but that shows you the amount of games that they're, just the type of games that, are people are buying for that thing, My problem with it, I'll say some good things about it. The Miiverse or Miniverse, whatever the hell I call it, it's a great thing. It's a social network for Nintendo fans. I think it's very good. I think it's a good way to get on there and talk about a game and decide if you want to buy it. Compared to Sony's little thing that they got going with the PlayStation Live, like how I can go look at a game and actually watch somebody play it and actually write to them and ask them things about the game sometimes before the game even comes out. That kind of conquers the Miiverse, but the Miiverse is good, or Miniverse, or whatever the hell it's called. The features for the console, I'm like a lot of people. I don't care too much for features, but I didn't expect a lot for the Wii U for the features. Nintendo consoles have always been kind of like the cheapest. Like compared to the other consoles, Nintendo of this generation, it was cheaper than the PS4. So I didn't expect to get a Blu-ray player or be able to play my MP3s or anything like that. Or I was hoping maybe we could stream, but it is what it is. But like game releases and stuff like that, we have went through some pretty big droughts with the Wii U. The Wii U has been out for 2 years now. A lot of people seem to forget that, and a lot of people that do attack Sony and them, the PlayStation 4 hasn't even been out. It's going on a year now. The Wii U's going on 2 years. And Sony's now picking up, like they're getting games, but it's a lot of it's third party, but third party's where it's at this holiday season, and Nintendo don't even got any third party. Their lineup for games that are coming out right now for the Wii U, you got Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland for the Wii U. It's coming out in October. Games. You got Gargoyle's Quest 2: The Demon Darkness made by Capcom. You got the Stealth game, Stealth Inc. 2, which I heard the first one was good. You got Hero Robot and Co. Whatever that is, the puzzle game. You got Demon's Crest. You got Costume Quest 2, Disney Planes, Citizens of Earth. Somebody mentioned that to me the other day. They said that's something they're looking forward to. Lego Batman 3, A World of Keyflings, or whatever the hell that is. Sonic Boom, Watch Dogs, which is finally coming out for the Wii U on November 8th. And you got Super Smash Brothers, and you got some Penguins of Madagascar. I mean, look, Captain Toad. I mean, come on. Thomas was alone. I hope he was alone. You know, I'm just saying. It's sad. I know it's getting better. I really hope that this whole thing with these releases that are coming every month, if they do that, that's great. But we have seen Nintendo come and tell us stuff. You know, the games are coming, and none of these games came. You know, like with the third party. You know, Reggie was on stage saying, "Oh, we got all these people on board. You know, you're going to be able to get your Assassin's Creed and your Madden or whatever he said with your great first-party titles." And all of a sudden, we didn't see none of that. Pretty much, I haven't really played my Wii U in a while. Last time I played it was actually with Old Dirty and one of my subscribers, Pokemon Nerd 2000, Pokemon / Mario, whatever, Nerd 2000. Shout out to you, buddy. That was the last time I played Mario Kart. I don't think, you know, I don't think Mario Kart's enough. And then, you know, Hyrule Warriors finally came out, and the Dynasty Warriors franchise to me is dead. Hyrule Warriors does look good with its boss battles and stuff. That's fine, but how long can you play Hyrule Warriors? You know, then Bayonetta comes out. That's going to be good for about 3 weeks, and then what do you do? When you go look at Sony and all them, they're getting Far Cry, they're getting Evil Within, they're getting you know, what's some of the other ones that released recently? And my mind's drawing a blank, but you know, you're getting the point. There's a ton of third party that's coming out for them, and what's coming out in the Wii U but like 3 games. I mean, I'm just saying. It's just, I hope they can pick up, you know, the pace with the games. You know, I was happy when I first got it. It had third party support. I played Assassin's Creed 3 on it. I thought that was a great version for the Wii U. I enjoyed Black Ops until DLC didn't come out. But after the DLC didn't come out, then you know, and another thing too, Wii U don't even get DLC. You know, a lot of these games that they do get, they're finally just now getting DLC with some of the first party, but DLC isn't really there. Not that DLC is a good thing, but if it is a great game, DLC is kind of good to add on to experience, keep the game going. I'm not saying it's the greatest thing. I'm not for DLC really, or microtransactions, but just overall, like, just the releases and the, you know, the limited type of games that you're playing, you're kind of forced into Nintendo. You know, if you're not into Nintendo exclusives, the Wii U is not for you. You know, and luckily I like games like Zelda and Mario, but like, you know, Zelda should have been out. I think Zelda should have been out this holiday. I think that's just me. When they first showed off Zelda with a tech demo, and it should have been, I think it should have been out around now. I don't think Zelda is going to be out till 2016, the rate it's going. You know, in this holiday season, you got to look at the lineup compared to, you know, the other consoles. The 2 big games they're getting this holiday is Bayonetta 2 and Smash Brothers, which are great games. Don't get me wrong, but if you compare it to what like the PS4 is getting and the Xbox One, you know, yes, they're getting you know, a lot of people go, oh, well, what exclusives are they getting? They're getting about the same amount as Nintendo's getting, but they're also getting a shit ton of third party. You know, if you, not necessarily all the time you're gonna like the exclusives. You're gonna, you know, there's at least you have another choice of third party games like Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, Evil Within, Shadow of Mordor. My mind went blank before. But you get my point. I'm just disappointed with it. I hope it picks up. The reason I'm holding on to this console is because it was a gift, and I'm looking forward to The Devil's Third. But who knows when that's going to come out. But I will give it to this for Nintendo. When they release games, it is quality games. But still, I don't want to wait 10 years for a fucking quality game. I'm just saying. But I don't know. I'm not happy with it. I wish people, like, I'm not saying any of you guys, I really respect all your opinions, but I don't see how anybody could be happy with the Wii U right now compared to what all the other consoles are getting. Because
I hope they can keep their word.
I don't see it. That's just me.
If they can keep their word, it'll prove they're still somewhat accountable.
Well,
You
now,
gotta take accountability. You gotta take accountability too. I mean, like, I don't want to bring up the whole third-party thing, but that's kind of like a strike right there. You know? You
well,
gotta,
you know, then Nintendo fans always come at you with, oh, well, for the Wii U, they weren't used to HD. How are you not used to HD? You weren't ready for any of this? You know,
well, I mean, if Nintendo threw them enough money, they would get those titles. But
I
they don't
don't.
want to do that. So you gotta be accountable for what you say too. Some
I
degree.
They said a lot of people seem to think too Nintendo burnt their bridges too. You don't know. There's nobody coming out really and saying it. Nintendo's not coming out. I think Nintendo, you know, with them getting on stage like Reggie did and come out and say you're getting all this great stuff and great third party, he should come out and give people an explanation of why they don't have third party.
At least get some. You know?
Get some kind of answer. Give us some answer. I'm not saying they're not getting any third party. They're getting indie games. But I mean, you know, that's just not enough for like a console. You know, in this gen, I think it should have more than indie games for third party. I think it should have something. You know, at least go and do something smart. Maybe like buy Capcom, and at least you'll have their third party. Something to offer the fans instead of these. You know, Nintendo exclusives are great, but how long they take to come out is pathetic. Like it's bad with a console like that. You know, you got a console sitting out in the market that's just taking forever to get games, and that's bad. But if they had something to fill in those gaps of these long, you know, times to release these games, it'd be fine, you know. And nobody knows if any of these games are going to be delayed. You know, it's guaranteed. I want to see they're guaranteeing that they're going to drop a AAA exclusive every month. I don't see it. I think they'll be able to do some of what they're saying. I don't think every month. Not with how things have been going, you know. But that's just me. You know, and another thing too, I want to talk about the virtual console. That thing's taken forever. The Wii virtual console has more games than the Wii U. Yes, you can transfer the games, but you shouldn't have to do that. You should be able to go to the Wii U and get N64 games. GameCube games should be on there by now. There should be no reason they're going after Game Boy Advance. The N64 and GameCube games should be on there before Game Boy Advance. My opinion, I'm saying. But I don't know. That's just me. Does anybody else got anything else to say about anything or anything else you want to talk about?
Well, I know if I just had the Wii U for right now and didn't have, you know, the 360, PS3, and PS4, then I wouldn't be happy with the Wii U because, you know, it is a slower game. But I also have those other consoles to back me up until those games come out from Nintendo.
Yeah,
So,
but you mentioned a good thing right there. And that's what I'm trying. When I was talking to somebody in a comment section last night, what I was getting at too, for Wii U only owners, like this generation, I could roll my PS4 by itself and be perfectly happy. Have third party and have great first party. Not all Sony first party is great, but I'll have first party. Nintendo, I mean, to be honest, could you have the Wii U just this generation and nothing else and be perfectly happy? The rate it's going now at its current state?
no, I couldn't because, I mean, I love Nintendo first party games, but I also love, you know, some of the third party games as well. You know what I'm saying? I want to play, you know, Redux, you know, Retro Redux and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to play Gears of War, God of War, and all that other stuff. So, yeah, I need other consoles, you know what I'm saying? And me having these other consoles, you know, kind of filling the gap of until because I know Nintendo don't have third party until they can get their titles out, then those other consoles that I'm playing on, you know, will keep me busy.
Yeah, and like just in general, like you made a perfect point. Like what I get at when I say that, like I said, if I was a Wii U only owner right now, there's no way you can be happy with all these other consoles getting all these games, and pretty much the Wii U's just getting pretty much two games worthy of talking about, or three this holiday season. You know, that's what I'm getting at. I'm not trying to bash Nintendo. 'Cause I've been playing Nintendo since the beginning, pretty much. You know, since the NES days, and I loved it. I mean, back in the day, you had third party. You had games like Castlevania and Splinter Cell. You not Splinter Cell. Metal Gear Solid, the original one. Back then. Games like Kung Fu. You had different choices of games. Now you don't even have a wrestling game on on a on a Nintendo console. They don't even have the new WW 2K15 or whatever the fuck it's called. It's not even coming to the Wii U. That's kind of odd. Street Fighter is not coming to the Wii U. All games that I grew up playing on a Nintendo console is not coming to the Wii U pretty much, but Nintendo exclusives.
I just want to put this out there. I don't understand people that just stick to one console. You know, it could be the Wii U or all these fanboys that just stick to one console. It could be the Wii U, the PS4, or the Xbox One. In the end, if you just stick with one console, you're gonna miss out on a whole bunch of games. And I realized that during last generation, I only stick with the 360. And I missed out on so many games with the Wii and the PS3, and I'm going back.
Mm-hmm.
I hear ya. And there's also casual people that don't have time to game all the time. For them, it makes sense to have one console. But
Yeah, I mean,
I agree too.
yeah, I
But
put it as you should just have, you know what I'm saying? Okay, you can have your primary console that you know enjoy playing on the most, which is, you know, could be Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo, but also get a secondary, you know what I'm saying, out of those two. So if you like Sony, that's what you like gaming on, that's fine. Get Sony, you know what I'm saying? Get their first party games, get those third party games. But also, you know, grab Nintendo. If you like playing some of Nintendo first party games, you might not like all of them, but if it's a few that you like and maybe some exclusive that come out for it, you know, go ahead and pick it up. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to, you know, downplay one console. You know what I'm saying? Saying this console is better than this console, because at the end of the day, they all play games. At the end of the day, they all play games, and they all going to have fantastic
don't
games.
forget PC.
You say what?
Yeah. If you're good with tech and you don't get carpal tunnel, it's always PC.
Right. I mean, you can grab a PC.
yeah, you're always gonna find something on each console that you will like to play. There's always even if and the other thing too, when I got in this little comment war with this guy, I said to him pretty much, I think the Wii U is a flop. Somebody was talking to me too in a party chat, and they came out and said the same thing. Meaning a flop is not necessarily meaning that the console's just garbage, like it's not going to do anything. Just it's more of like a console they didn't do too well with. It wasn't like this Super Nintendo or something like that. It is a good console. Don't get me wrong. Any console, even the Xbox One, a lot of people down that. But if the games come out for it, it will get that. That's what could separate it from the other ones is the games. But just how the game releases have been coming for the Wii U, it just looks like a flop. It's like most people would I skipped the Wii, and I could skip the Wii U this generation if I didn't already have it, and I'd be fine. It's nothing that I would lose sleep over. A couple games. There is going to be those games though, like The Devil's Third and Star Fox, that I will really want to play. I'm gonna get it. I know if I keep the Wii U, which I am, I'm gonna find there's gonna be some good experience on it, but very little. And that was just like me with the GameCube. I could count the experiences that I had on that. Resident Evil 4, True Crime, Mario Kart Double Dash, and I think it was one other game. I was highly disappointed with the GameCube, but this one's even more disappointing to me. Just saying. But what were you saying, Peter? Or League of Winning? Or somebody was. I thought it was League of Winning. All right, maybe it wasn't. Anybody else got anything to add?
Not
That's,
really.
No?
that's it.
All right. Yeah, I just had to get that out of my system. I just want to talk about that. I appreciate everybody joining. I thought it was a great podcast. I hope you all come back. Most of you do. Thank you, Wolfo, for joining.
Thanks for having me, Dave. Check out my channel.
Okay. Okay, and your channel will tell the viewers it's Wolfo, right?
Yep. Yeah, I
Okay.
started making gaming vids. It's coming along.
Okay, yeah, it's coming out pretty good, man. And shout out your channel, Zero.
Oh, it's a Strike Zero, and thank you for having me on here.
Oh, no problem, man. Come back next week. Do a podcast every week. And thank you, Sean L., for joining a Critical Essence Tech USA.
Yes, thanks for having me, Dave. Critical Essence Tech USA. Check out the Critical Hit 64 network.
If you haven't already.
Yeah, who hasn't?
And League of Winning? Well, is League of Winning there? All right. Thanks, League of Winning, but he's probably doing something. And thank you, Old Dirty, for joining me as always.
Thank you, man. Always.
Until next time.